What's up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to review Snowfall Season 6, Episode 4. So if you have not seen the fourth episode of Season 6, turn this video off. Go watch the episode, and then come back and watch this video. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone, anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts and expressions and how I think and things like that. I am not a public speaker, so I will tend to stutter sometimes or pause. I might look at my notes to make sure that I'm on track with what I'm talking about. This, that, and the third. My mouth gets dry from talking so much, so I got my handy dandy water bottle. I keep 2 big water bottles in the freezer. Got my cool water bottle and my essential water bottle. Always got them jumps on standby in the freezer. Okay, last chance if you have not seen the 4th episode of Season 6 of Snowfall. Turn this video off right now because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. So I like to grade the episode before and after my videos. I've been loving Snowfall so far, so I'm going to definitely grade this episode an A+. It was lit because they had me thinking, like my little head was twisting with all types of questions at the end of this episode. So I definitely give it an A+. Okay, did I say last chance? I'm about to spoil the episode, so if you haven't seen the 4th episode of Season 6 of Snowfall, turn this video off right now. Okay. So the first scene. So we already knew from Franklin's baby mother that Teddy had to have help getting this money out of Franklin's account. So we remember she told Franklin, give me a week and give me 2 tickets to, what was it, wherever the account, the offshore account was, and I take, like, give me a week, basically. So now we get this scene, we finally see who the guy is, because they show up saying in the previously that he met up with Teddy somewhere and they was talking about the money. I don't remember that necessarily, so, but either way, they show the guy this episode. So the first exact scene of this episode is the guy who helped Teddy get Franklin's money. He's telling his secretary he's leaving for lunch. And first off, the secretary she already looked nervous. You already look like you up to something. Like, you could tell in her face. I could. So he leaves out. The secretary goes in his office and opens up his safe. So it turns out, when he say he going to lunch to meet with Franklin's baby mother's mother. So now we know that this little lunch meeting is basically a distraction to get the paperwork that they need while he out the office, basically. So the secretary, she bring the files outside. Franklin's baby mother and some guy, they waiting in a car. The guy, I guess he's supposed to seem official or something like that. I guess the secretary think they some type of government agency or something like that, because they was in the car telling her, like, her cooperation will go a long way and they won't. I think they said something about deporting her or something like that. I don't know. But they telling her this. So then all of a sudden, we back at the lunch, and the guy, he gets a page or something. So he's like, I gotta take this right quick. Come back to the table. He was like, I gotta go back to my office. Client having a breakdown. Something he said. So Franklin baby mother, she like, I don't like my time to be wasted. Basically trying to stall him out. He ain't buying it. So she pages her daughter, tells her that he on his way back. So now the baby mother trying to hurry up and take pictures of all the documents. And the secretary got to get it back in his safe before he get back. So he pulling into like the complex, whatever, they office or whatever. This damn shaky ass secretary, she dropping the keys on the way to the damn door, like in the parking lot. So at this time, Franklin baby mother got to kind of like distract the dude. So she stop him, pretend like they went to school together or something. He do not know who the hell she is. So I thought that was funny. But then the secretary get to the damn door and drop the keys, putting the keys inside the hole. I'm just like, oh man, get this lady out of here. But successfully, whatever the word is, she gets the documents back in the safe before he comes walking in. And she was like, "You back already?" Trying to make it seem like it wasn't suspicious. I was like, "Girl." So now Franklin, his baby mother and his baby mother's mother, they going over the documents, what they took pictures of and stuff. So Franklin like, "What we got?" Basically, his baby mother and his mother like, "Well, basically, we found out where your money is. Like, your money's being moved around in different accounts. But there also was a large withdrawals transaction so we don't know like what the withdrawal was and things like that and where it went like that." So they was like, and the dude that they took the documents from, they was like, he don't know. So Franklin started to get mad. He like, "You mean to tell me that, like, we did all this and I still got to go back to Teddy and ask him about my money?" Basically, he was like, "What you gonna tell me next? Water wet?" And he started getting pissed and all that. And you know Franklin, he get mad, so he tossed the stuff across the room. And baby mother was like, "Calm down, like we got a plan B," basically. And Franklin was like, "What's the plan B?" And the mother was like, "I don't even know if I want to do it after what you just did, basically." She ain't say it like that, but that's basically what she said. She's like, "I'm losing interest," or something, she said. And Franklin was like, "You want that you want that, what she get? 7.3? He was like, "You want that 7.3 million, you will fall in line," basically. And she was like, "I'm not doing it for the money," trying to make it seem like she's doing it for her daughter. Franklin was like, "You and I both know you're doing it for the money. You don't care about your daughter for real." So Franklin and the baby mother's mother, they have this little butting of heads when it comes to the baby mother. So they're just not feeling it for each other. They just like, he basically, Franklin just like, keep me posted on what the plan B is. So then we get a little quick scene with Leon and the I do not know this boy's name. I don't even think they ever say his name on the show. But I call him Little Young Calculator because he handles like the money. He counts the money for Dion and his crew. And he a young bull. Like, he was the one that was right there with Dion when Franklin came and made him the deal. And Dion was like, "Is that math sounding right?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's correct." So it's like he good at numbers and math and things like that. So I call him Young Calculator. So Leon, he come up on Young Calculator. He's like, "Why you not in school?" Basically. He's like, "Yeah, I'm about to go now." Leon like, "Dang, you like 3 hours late." Basically. He like what you doing? How you applying yourself? Basically just asking him stuff like what's going on with college, things like that. He telling them, "I don't need college like that. What I need? I mean, what I'm gonna learn in college that I can't learn out here on the streets? This, that, and third." Basically, Leon telling him like, "Nah, you can't have that type of mindset. You one of the smartest niggas out here. Like, you the type of nigga that need to be in college. Like, college was made for you, basically. And even if it wasn't, or even if you don't need college, you feel like you don't need college. Like, you still need to expand your horizons in a sense, whatever the word is." So that little quick scene, he giving them game. And like, I always like to go scene for scene because you never know, especially with Snowfall. Writers are so good. You never know when little quick scenes like stuff like that comes back into play, things like that. So yeah, I always like to bring up the small stuff too. So we get this quick scene. I mean, not a quick scene, but I mean it's quick, whatever. It's a I got weed in my mouth. It's a habit of me saying quick scenes sometimes, but we get this scene where I don't feel like we needed this scene, but it is what it is. So apparently the KGB dude guy is gay, and he's in this hotel room. Oh, now that I think about it, he's supposed to be KGB, and that's Russian, right? So maybe it's frowned upon to be gay. I don't know. So maybe that's why they showing this, to show that he's in secret or whatever. So he in the hotel room with this guy. He get a little fake call about a leak, which is probably like code because for like something. So he's like, "Yeah, I'm Lee. I'll be back." Basically telling him, "I'll be back. I promise I'll be back." The guy's like, I won't hold my breath." So it's just like, did we need this? I don't know. But it must be something important about it, because why would they show it? Like, did we need to know his sexuality? But I guess it's a big deal in this show. So then this little scene out on the in the neighborhood, this girl, she like passed out off the rock. These two dudes, they like spray painting her in her face, spraying her with stuff weirdly. So Wanda come over there, she break, like she shoo him away. As she shooing him away, she trying to tend to the girl. And she looking around the neighbor, she just looking like, man, like you can see it in her face, she just like, man, I don't know what to do in this situation like this. It ain't no, I mean, like, how can I evolve in my surroundings that I'm in, basically. You can see it all over her face. So Wanda's feeling away. So then Franklin and his baby mother, they get to talking about how Kane people ain't moving product enough. They moving too slow. This, that, and the third. Franklin like, I need to go holler at them. And then they talk a little briefly about what this plan B supposed to be with the baby mother and the mother. They don't really say what it's supposed to be, so don't really know what the actual plan is. But the baby mother like, Franklin, you need to go talk to Kane, basically. So Franklin does. He goes to Kane. First, Kane was like, they told me I wasn't even supposed to walk no more, and either the doctor's stupid or I'm a walking miracle, basically. So Franklin telling him like, your product moving too slow. I don't know what your cooks are doing and things like that. With that being said, I want to go inspect your cookhouses and see what the delay is. Why it's moving so slow. So first, Kane is like super defensive. He like, nigga, you think you is coming in here telling me how to run my operation, this, that, and the third, like, just cause you told me about your uncle and aunt, that don't mean we buddy, basically, things like that. So Kane basically like little nigga in him, like basically big boy in him, whatever the word is, big bro in him. Franklin is like, look, do his suit, stand up. He like, I built the empire, man. You don't want to get down. You don't want to learn how I did it, basically. I will, oh well. Like, he about to leave. Kane like, all right, hold up. Kane tell one of his men, all right, take Franklin to the cookhouses and tell them whatever Franklin say is coming from me, basically. So I'm just like, Kane just gave in that quick, like, you know Franklin make money, so take the feelings out and get to the money, basically. What's next? So then we get this part. So the KGB dude and I guess the dude is his boss. That's what I'm assuming. So they talking about how the whole gun shipment thing went wrong with the last shipment with all these people and stuff like that. He was telling him how it wasn't no survivors, which the KGB dude told him. He told him this last episode, the episode before last or something like that. They was talking about intercepting that, and KGB dude was like, Teddy and them might be hip. I don't think that's a good idea. And they was like, well, we going through with it anyway. So they come in and telling this KGB dude, that guy, everything that he already knew. So he pissed off. He like, dang, no survivors. So the dude telling the KGB dude, he like, yeah, so we think that Teddy McDonald's onto us now. You think? He was already like, what you think he was doing there? And that was why Teddy and them was supposed to get somebody back alive, but they didn't take anybody back alive. But Teddy still found that little scroll paper with the Russian language on it. So he still kind of found out that the Russian was connected. So it's just like, you talk about some, we think Teddy onto us now. So we need to move quickly in raiding the warehouse, this, that, and the third. And the KGB dude, like, give me a little bit more time, basically. And I don't want to focus on Franklin no more, because Franklin not really communicating with Teddy no more, of course, because they beefing, they at odds. So he like, let me get to Gustavo. Let me try to get Gustavo on board, basically. So they don't show the KGB dudes boss dude. They don't show if he gave an answer or not, but we see later in the episode that eventually, I guess he says yes. So then we get this scene. I can't stand this woman. I'm sorry. The woman that's talking to Teddy, I don't know what they supposed to be. Are they dating? I don't know. But she is so weird to me. Since the moment he met her, she's so weird to me. Like, he'd be so serious and stuff, and then she'd make it, like, super sexual or just make it sarcastic or funny or something. And I'm just like, he ain't the type of dude you need to be doing that stuff with. Like, you need to chill with the stuff you're doing. So I just didn't like her. I don't like her. And you never know. You never know. She gives me sneaky. She might be trying to take Teddy down in the end, and you never even know. We would never even know. But anyway, he basically sitting down with her, Teddy and the girl, and he telling her like basically who the KGB dude was. And he was like, yeah, if he would have caught you, he would have tortured you and tried to get information. This, that, and the third. And what she said? What she say when he told her that? Yeah, so he was like, if he would have caught you, he would have tortured you. And he was like, so I don't think you safe, so you need to come stay with me, basically. So she get the I don't think it's safe staying with you either because you're so dangerous. And she's standing smiling and her eyes flying back and forth with that little grin. This just like, and even Teddy says in this moment, he's like, I can't ever tell if you shooting the ish with me or not. Like, if you being serious or not. And she was like, that's good. I keep you on your toes. And I'm just like, no, that's not good. You annoying with that. I don't like that. Because I can't tell if you being serious or not when you say stuff neither. It's just annoying. So basically, she asking him, like, so what's next? What's going to happen with this situation? Teddy telling her, like, I just need to find out what the Russians know. They obviously don't know too much because they would have arrested me by now. He was like, so basically just like find out what they know. Find out we got to shut this operation down on that. So she get to telling him, you should just take that $70 million and dip. And he was like, no, that's not a good idea. He was like, that's not a good idea. But then they started talking a little long. He was like, well, would you go with me? And then she says something again, sarcastic, and it's annoying. She says, what she say? Oh, yeah, she was like, when you actually go through with it, ask me that question again. And I'm just like, what? Like, no. Like, answer it now. You're annoying. My nose is running like a mug. I was just like, no, answer it now, because you're annoying. Like, I'm tired of the sarcasticness. Nobody got time for that, especially a dude like like Teddy. That dude be trying to be focused. Where am I? Oh, yeah. So then we get to say, so I forgot, yeah, Wanda was staying at Franklin's old house when Franklin and them moved out. When they got that money, they moved out. I think they moved into like a penthouse, something like that. And then Sissy, Sissy was in dang, what was they at when, Cuba. When Alton died, yeah. Side note, I don't think Alton's dead. They didn't show nobody. All they showed was Teddy in the room with him with a gun. We don't know what could have happened. Alton might still be somewhere. He might be held prisoner somewhere. I don't know. But that was just my thoughts real quick. Because they ain't show nobody. But I don't know. Like, Franklin is a thorough dude, so I feel like he would make sure that if his father really dead, he would have some type of proof. I don't know. But anyway. So, yeah, so we forget. I forgot. Wanda was staying at that old house. So she in there getting some things, she claims. Sissy come in there. She hears some noises. She pull her gun out. And then Wanda come out. She's like, oh my God, girl, I almost killed you. Like, Wanda's like, I'm so sorry. I still got my key from when I was staying here. I came to get some stuff. And Sissy was like, it's okay. I just like, she didn't remember. So she just was like, I almost killed you, girl. She was like, that's crazy. So they start talking about Wanda's like new life, her sobriety and getting married and Africa and all that stuff. And Wanda basically telling Sissy like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it out here, cause just like that face she had when she was tending to that girl that was passed out, She's like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it out here. It's rock everywhere. Sissy basically was telling her how she helped Alton, or how she dealt with Alton and his addiction. And she was like, basically just telling Wanda, like, just find something that keeps you busy, and it always work. Just find something you love, it'll keep you busy. You won't even think about it, which is good advice. I think she even offers her to come work at the shelter. I think. So then we get this saying. Now let me start off by saying, I love when Franklin get in his mode. Like when he get in that that mean like, I can't even describe it. What is the word? When he get in this mode, he big brain niggas. I love that. So I don't care. Like, he be fine as hell when he be doing that. So I'm like, okay, lit. Franklin goes to the cookhouses. So he walk up in there. First he like, see, that's why ain't nobody making money now. Ain't nobody in here doing nothing, all that. So I guess the dude that run this particular cookhouse, he's like, who this nigga and all that. And the nigga that's with Franklin, he Kane sent him, basically. Kane sent him. So Franklin started talking about how this about to go and how that about to go and all that. The dude, like, I ain't listening to no nigga. I don't care who sent him. This, that, and the third. Like, this is my cookhouse. I'm the cook and all that. Talking big dog stuff. Franklin ain't trying to hear none of that. Franklin take his face. Oh yeah, before this, it's like some little girls in there. Franklin telling them they gotta go. I don't know if that's relevant, but anyway. So after this dude talking big dog stuff, talking about I'm the cook, this, that, and the third. Franklin moved a little pat from pat that's cooking on the stove. Take dude's face, put it down on the burner. Talking about, you want to cook, nigga? Cook. I was like, ooh, Franklin. I love me some Franklin. I love me some Damson. No, I really love me some Kofi Cerebo. Oh my goodness. Like, I wish I would have thought of doing these reviews when Queen Sugar was out. But maybe it's good that I didn't, because I probably would have been talking about Kofi's looks the whole damn review instead of the damn show. But Kofi Cerebo, if you don't know who that is, look him up. That's a fine chocolate man. Anyway, I'm going off track. So he was like, Franklin, after he did that he burned dude's face up. He was like, if you ain't trying to work, get out now, basically. All the niggas leave. And then one of them come back. He was like, all right, I'm trying to work. Franklin was like, I bet. So then we get this scene, little young calculator dude. He in like this, I'm assuming it's like a safe house, whatever. Trap house, safe house, whatever. Dion, Joan. He in the young calculator dude in there counting the money up. He also in there looking at this college admissions form. Dion walked in on him, just looking at it, taking it up out his hand. Just started saying all the stuff, all the wrong things. Talking about, you don't need school, just that and the third. And the young calculator dude like, dang, I just want to better my education or something like that, he said. Like, better my future, something he said. Opportunities, something. Dion just basically telling him, like, nah, you don't need school. Like, you smart. You don't, like, you'll be in there teaching them. Like, basically just telling them all the wrong things. I can't remember exactly what Dion said. He throw him a stat talking about something. This is a bonus for you. Basically trying to urge this little nigga not to go to school. It's just like, you weird. Then Leon show up. He basically, Leon like, what's up? And Leon like, why the playground lights out? Like, we ain't never had to do business like that with the playground lights out. Dion like, that don't even matter. The lights out and they gonna stay out, basically. And Leon, he disagreeing, but he ain't like doing too much. Ain't nothing he can really do. He just got back. Like, he ain't got no real say so in the hood. Whatever. Dion says no, so it's like, so I don't know. So then this burnt face nigga, the nigga who Franklin burnt his face, he go running to Jerome and Louis, and he was like, first of all, I was with Kane's crew, and we the ones that shot up your club. I was like, man, smoke this fool. Like, what? He's gonna come in and say that. Jerome and Louis looking like, oh yeah, nigga, like, basically. I was just like, this nigga got the audacity. So then he like, I can tell you where Kane stay at. And he was like, and F Kane, he was like, F Kane and F your nephew too. And Louis and Jerome, they looking at each other like, we know what that mean. When he say, I know where Kane at, and they make that face, we know what that mean. Oh, no, I skipped a part. Before the burnt face dude went to Jerome and Louis, he went to Kane. And he was like, who is this nigga you sent? Like, he burnt my face and all that. And Kane, inside Kane does not agree with what Franklin did to his mans. But you know, Kane got to stand his ground because he sent Franklin there and said that anything that Franklin said goes, basically, off his word. So he got to stand his ground. He telling the burnt face dude, like, you should have listened to what Franklin said. You should have fell in line. And I found this so funny, something that Kane said. He said Franklin's a hoe and hoes gonna make money. I said, bruh, I said, damn, you're not even gonna call Franklin a hustler? Like, basically saying like he's super thirsty. And like, I said that's crazy. The reference that he used, he's a hoe. Hoes make money. I thought that was super funny. But he initially is telling this burnt face dude, like, you should have fell in line. I don't care what Franklin did, even though inside he feels like Franklin was wrong. We get to that later. But then, yeah, after that, he felt like Kane dissed him, so he went to Jerome and Louis and told him, you know, where Kane stay, and like, I shot your club up. So yeah, I had skipped that part. So then, it's a scene with like everybody out in the hood and all that. Dion out there with his man. Leon sitting like across I don't know if that's a cul-de-sac. I don't know. He's sitting across the way. They staring at each other aggressively, weird looks and all that. Leon hitting a blunt. I don't know what that's. I guess he hitting a blunt. So Wanda come out like, hey, hubby. And I think they so cute together. I mean, I know she had all her downfalls in earlier season and all that, which we know, which is brought up right in this moment. But they cute together. And like in the beginning, before she got hooked on it or something like that, they used to talk, or like they had they had words. I don't remember. Or maybe they didn't. But they always felt to wait for each other, and I feel like they cute together on here. So she come out, she's like, hey, hubby. So Dion get the, you done wiped up the community pussy. And Leon start gritting his teeth. He starting to get irritated. Wanda just grabbing his face, trying to calm him down, basically. Then Leon, he started feeling the way. He like, man, basically he started telling Wanda, like, I know I said I wanted to come back here and help people, but I don't even know. He just started to feel like he made the wrong choice in coming back, basically. So it's like, is Wanda and Leon gonna go back to Africa? I don't know. So then Teddy, he basically telling Gustavo, be careful, the Russians, they might be watching us. Just be cautious out here. Watch yourself. Then he just brings up how well Gustavo handled himself at that gun shipment thing where they smoked all them dudes. Gustavo was like, I got it from I learned it from the CIA. Like, trying to basically say you learned it from Teddy? I don't know. That was funny. But I was like, why did I even say that? So Gustavo, he go home, and his girl, she mad at him about something. She always mad at him. But I mean, I guess she has a right to be, because she doesn't know anything that much about him, I guess. I can't even remember how they even started talking, because I ain't seen the previous seasons in a long time. Like, is those even his kids? I can't even remember the whole situation. But she get mad at him. I don't know if she kicked him out because she say something in Spanish. I don't know if she kicked him out or if he just stormed out because they wasn't getting to no resolution. So Gustavo goes to this bar, start getting drunk. And the KGB dude pulls up on him. So I'm assuming his boss approved of him trying to push Gustavo. So he's telling Gustavo, like, we met before, basically. Telling me we met before, but I was like this with the champagne. And Gustavo's super drunk. He looking at him like, like slurring and sluggish. So the KGB dude basically like offered him. He was like, look, he was like, I know all about your situations with the DEA and the CIA and Teddy McDonald and all this other stuff basically. So he's like, I basically want the same thing that the DEA want. He's like, I want to prove that the CIA's bringing drugs into their own country and all that, fund the war, all that. He tells them, like, if you can get this proof for me, and if you can get, like, Teddy and his boss in the warehouse with some incriminating evidence, basically, like, I can get you forged papers, I can get you your freedom, basically. He was like, I know you have no right to trust me, but you can't trust Teddy neither, like. So apparently, I didn't remember this, but I don't know. I guess Gustavo didn't know that Franklin don't work for the CIA. No, I mean I said Franklin. Gustavo don't know that Teddy don't work for the CIA no more. Apparently, because in this moment, the KGB dude tells him like, Teddy's been lying to you all these years. He doesn't work for the CIA anymore, my friend. All that. I can't remember. Does Franklin know that Teddy don't work for the CIA no more? I think Franklin know. I don't remember. But yeah, he telling Gustavo all this. Basically, gives him 24 hours, telling him like, give him an ass on this deal in 24 hours. So as the KGB dude is leaving this bar, who outside in the van like staking out, surveilling? Teddy McDonald. And I said, oh man. And it's crazy because I don't think that Teddy McDonald was tracking the KGB dude. I think he was tracking Gustavo. Because when Teddy was telling Gustavo like to be careful of the Russians, they watching us and all that. As Gustavo left and drove off, Teddy had this like long pause and stare and like suspicious looking stare. And they gave that moment, that scene, like a long little pause, so it made it seem like, oh snap, like, is Teddy like suspicious of Gustavo now? I mean, he always been suspicious of Gustavo, because like that scene where he asked Gustavo what hospital he was in when he was watching his son, all that. That was him trying to find out stuff. And then Gustavo had to go tell the DA to make it look like he was dead, all that. So we knew that Teddy was already suspicious of Gustavo. But now it seems like he's more suspicious because that long-looking pause he gave when Gustavo was riding off. So I feel like Teddy was following and surveilling Gustavo. And just so happened, the KGB dude showed up at the bar to make this deal, to make this offer to Gustavo. But that don't mean that Teddy don't know this. I feel like Teddy probably gonna think that this is like, that Gustavo been working for the KGB the whole time. But whole time, this is the first time that the KGB dude and Gustavo even have a conversation. So it's just like, I wonder if Gustavo going to go back and tell Teddy. His best bet is to go tell Teddy. I mean, if he want to really stay with the DEA and work with them, his best bet is to go tell Teddy immediately. That way Teddy know that he just met this KGB dude and not think that they already been working together. But yeah, he take pictures of the KGB dude. So we know Teddy about to try to get information on him, who he is. So then we get this little quick scene, and that's why I say I like to explain. I mean, that's why I say I like to talk about every scene, because these little quick scenes always have something that come back in place sometimes, especially on Snowfall. Like, shout out to their writers. Their writers are lit. So you get this quick scene. Leon, he paying some guy to fix the playground lights. So he fix them all, turn them back on. And then we get another quick scene with with Franklin's baby mother and her mom. They get in the car and the license tag says Kansas City. So they in Kansas City, I guess most likely about to get this Plan B started. They ain't really tell us what this Plan B is supposed to be, but they in Kansas City. I heard them say something about a nursing home or something, so guess we're going to find out what that's about. So then we get this scene with Gustavo, and I was trying to get that piece of weed off my tongue for a minute, but I didn't want to keep doing like this. Anyway. So we get this scene with Gustavo and the DEA. And the DEA basically told Gustavo, like, we raiding the warehouse tomorrow. Make sure Teddy's there with the drugs and the, I think the money, all that. Make sure Teddy's there with a lot of incriminating evidence. And Gustavo like, okay. But he also just like, he's super nervous and all that, like, because he's just like, the KGB dude then came to him, and now the DEA talking about they about to raid 24 hours. And the KGB dude gave him 24 hours to give him his answer. So it's just like, Gustavo got a lot going on. And that's why I think Teddy's suspicious of him too. Gustavo, he cracking a little bit. So then we get this thing, Franklin and Kane, they sitting down, they talking about basically how the business going, like what Franklin saw and what went on when he went to the cookhouses and basically and stuff. And Kane basically telling Franklin, like, those my day one soldiers and all that. You can't be doing that to him. Like, Kane was mad at Franklin for doing what he did to Dudeface and all that with the burning. And Franklin basically was like this how I do business. This how I get stuff done. Like, niggas gotta fall in line basically. So they going at it a little bit. They start arguing. Then they start getting shot at in the house. Then niggas start running in there shooting them. Kane and Franklin, they shooting back. They niggas fall and they shooting niggas down. They rushing out the back. It's a car in the backyard they get into. I think one of them got hit. I don't know if it was Kane or Franklin. I think one of them got hit. I think. And if it was Kane, that's crazy because he was just talking about how he was like, the doctor said I wouldn't walk, so even they stupid, or it's a miracle. So I would hope it ain't Kane, but I don't want it to be Franklin either. But it's like, I hope neither one of them got hit. I mean, I like Kane, like, in a sense. Like, they set his character up to, I guess, seem like that he was, like, the influence of Franklin and Leon. And he just got a bad ordeal since his character then came onto the damn screen. And it's messed up. But I like Kane's character. And the fact that he was like, Franklin's a hoe, and hoes gonna make money. I thought that was so funny. So I was just like, okay. I like Kane. So then we get this last scene. This last scene was lit and it was funny too. It's like, get up, baby. But we get this last scene. Leon and Wanda, they like, they trying to help the little young calculator dude with like his college admissions forms, like the essays and stuff like that. What he gotta write about. She started hearing gunshots, so they rush outside, and it's Dion. He's shooting the playground lights out that Leon just paid to get cut back on. He's shooting them back out. Leon, it's annoying. But Leon, he come out, he ain't saying nothing. He just taking his shirt off. Like, you already know what type of tip he about to be on because he taking his stuff off. He getting in that stance, like he about to, yeah. So Dion, he know too. So he said something smart, like, I don't think he said something. He said something like, I can't remember what he said. Did he say, you sure you want to do this or something like that? I don't know. As he taking his stuff off too. So they get to wrecking. Dion had the upper hand. Leon had the upper hand. Then Leon, then Dion, then Leon, or whatever. And then eventually, Leon ends up winning, in my opinion, because Dion's on the ground. He ain't get up. That 1, 2, 3, he was down for the count. Leon was like, this my ish, nigga. This my ish, basically. And Leon won the fight. And that's how it went off. So, like I said, I grade this episode A+. This joint was lit. Like, this joint was lit. They actually went out there and actually got some paperwork on Franklin's money. I did not think Franklin was going to have any chance at getting his money back. I mean, he still ain't get it back yet. But they got this plan B. I can't wait to see what this plan B going to be about. But yeah, they getting somewhere that I did not think they was going to get towards Franklin's money. Gustavo, man. I tell you one thing. That warehouse going to be empty. If the DEA, KGB, whoever run up in that joint in the next 24 hours, that joint going to be empty. I'm telling you now. Teddy already hip too. He already hip now. If he think Gustavo working with this KGB dude, so he know, and Gustavo know all the spats and all that, yeah, that warehouse gonna be empty. Anybody that raided, and Teddy ain't gonna be up in there. So y'all gonna fail with that. And what else? I think, yeah, Sissy's right. Wanda should work at the shelter. She should start helping girls like, they used to be like her. Help them get clean. And this is another thing that got my little mind going. So Dion's supposed to be like head honcho, the hood, whatever, serving everybody. And now Leon just beat him up and said, "This my ish, nigga." So this my ish. So is Leon gonna be like head honcho now? And if he is, I feel like Leon gonna probably try to want to like clean the neighborhood up. He probably gonna try to get the niggas to stop selling drugs and like clean the neighborhood up. And then Wanda gonna be trying to like get these women off the streets and clean and all that. And they probably gonna try to like clean the neighborhood up. But I don't think that's gonna be. I don't think Franklin gonna like that, because we see in this episode Franklin trying to get Kane's people to push more product out, and they not moving fast enough. So he trying to push more product out, and if Leon and Wanda start running the hood, basically, they gonna try to clean the neighborhood up, and that might make them like Leon and Franklin butt heads. And I'm like, oh man, that might be a crazy situation. I'm wondering what's gonna happen with that, or is Leon and Wanda just gonna dip and go back to Africa? But that'd be crazy if they do dip and go back to Africa after he just beat his ass and said, this my ish, nigga. So it's basically like you head honcho now again. So it's just like, what you gonna do, Leon? Teddy on his P's and Q's, he already know what's gonna happen. Gustavo, I don't know what's gonna happen with Gustavo. He might die in the end. Like Teddy might take him. Might torture him or something like that. I don't know. Might just kill him. You never know. Is that everybody? Everybody's storyline, whatever. Franklin just trying to make money any way he can right now. Like Kane said, he thirsty. Kane funny, man. But yeah, those are my predictions for the episodes to come. Yeah, this season is lit, man. It's the final season. I'm mad, man. This is the final season. This joint is so lit. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you like it. Please like the video. Please share the video. Subscribe to my channel. And grade and comment it below what you thought of the episode. And I'll see you next time. Peace.